We're here on the round table. We got the legendary clothing guru, Jeff Hamilton, in the building. How you feeling today, brother? You good?
Good. Nice to meet you, Berner.
Nice to meet you too. I'm glad you came because I'm definitely taking my clothing company, Cookies, serious. It started off kind of just as, as a big guy, I couldn't really find a lot to wear. It was either polo, Ralph Lauren, or a Coogee or something like that. So I intentionally started Cookies clothing so I could have nice things to wear that fit me, But I'm learning more and more about the cut and sew and the quality of clothing. We've done pretty good, so I'm definitely going to pick your brain today.
Oh, my pleasure.
And get some game from you, as you've done some pretty incredible things. So you started out with Guess?
Yeah, when I moved in the country in 1980, I came from France. I was 20 years old, married, and 2 kids. And I was looking to try to get something going. So I started a little hustling in the streets and try to buy and sell and try to create my business. And I started becoming friends with, I became friends with some French guys, they were from the same background. And they had started a new company called Guess.
Wow.
And nobody knew about them. And I wanted to make a change of stopping. I wanted to become legit and not start buying and jobbing. And I was familiar with the concept of licensing, so I told him, why don't let me license the name Guess from you guys to do the menswear. And at the time, the whole Guess group was about $2 million, the whole thing. And I started the company in 1983 with $22,000. And I didn't know much about designing. My background was math and physics. I had no idea I had good taste, but I didn't know anything about fashion. And again, like you, I had just started doing things that I would love and something that I would wear. So I started going through my closet and I started going through pants that I like, a shirt that I like, and I started basically inspiring me from that. And I started designing the first line. So I got the license, and then first few months were a struggle with no money. And after 3-4 months, I started doing $10,000, $15,000 a month. After 8 months, I was doing $500,000 a month. Within 24 months, I was doing $5 million a month in sales.
And when you licensed it, did you get it to where you had to pay them a royalty, or did you have it to where you were just getting a small royalty on everything you did?
No, I paid them a royalty.
So dope. So you had control pretty much of Guess
Men. I had 100% of control. I was 100% owner of my own company, and the company just took off. And it was magical. Imagine in the 80s, I didn't have a green card. I was kind of illegal in the country, and I'm here sitting with 400 employees in my company. And of course, it didn't take me long for me to get a green card with that support.
No, they want you here for sure. That's dope because I don't really have any experience in the clothing either. But when I started it, I've been so hands-on with the designers for either cut and sew or our printables. Our graphic, the graphics that go on the tees, I've been really hands-on and passionate about it, but no knowledge or no background in it. Just knowing I want to see clean, simple things like, the print on this sweater with the nice little patch. It's not over-branded. It's not too much. It's clean. Something that people could put away and put back on in 10 years and still be clean.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the key.
Once you have the passion for something in any business, whether it's the clothing or the weed business or anything that you have, if you have the passion of it, the practicality will come because you can always find the right people that know the thing. And it's a very easy learning curve, and you can do it.
I was talking about that earlier with Al Harrington about passion. If you have passion, no matter what your experience or knowledge is in what you're doing, you'll figure it out because you want to figure it out. You love it.
Exactly.
You're interested. You're hands-on. You're not going to let go. If you're forced to do something, maybe you won't be as creative or as fast on being innovative,
Absolutely, yeah.
So how long did you rock Guess out till?
It was only 3.5 years, because
Really?
Unfortunately, during that time, I became so big so quickly. I was by myself. I was a young kid, barely even spoke English. And, I thought I was like the mogul. So I started going through opening restaurants, opening businesses.
You popped it off. You got the bread and was like...
in 2 years, I opened 17 different corporations,
Wow.
And, of course, there was some kind of tension. They wanted to get the company back. So And I basically had only a 3-year contract because obviously when I signed the contract, I didn't have the leverage to carry it for a long time.
You didn't know what it was going to do.
No,
You knew you wanted to do it, but you didn't know what it was going to do.
Exactly. So I did that, and I immediately switched it to Jeff Hamilton, and it was not my real name, obviously, because I was born. I'm Jewish, born in Morocco, raised in France, and I adopted the name Jeff Hamilton because that was the name of my corporation. So people knew me under the name Jeff Hamilton. So I started rocking the name out, and start promoting the name, and I created a whole line which was more like a lifestyle brand, with jeans and pants and fashion, and again, it was the '80s. I was mega successful, so I started making a lot of. I was flashy. My hair was all the way down to my shoulder. I was rocking I was driving the Bentley, riding the Bentley, riding the Harleys, and I started making jackets for myself, and like crazy jackets. I didn't know how to produce it, like you said, but I had a passion to design them. So when I started designing the jackets, everybody wanted to get those jackets. I started asking for really crazy prices because I didn't know how to produce them. But people start buying them. So I start selling them to the store, and suddenly George Michael comes to and wants to get a jacket, and Madonna gets one, and then Guns N' Roses and Dice, wants to get some jackets, and I started making that, and wanted the business started taking off, even though it was not a big business, but I was getting tremendous amount of publicity, and everybody knew I was the man for the jackets. So I said, look, how do I capitalize a great idea where I can get all that press and make money with it?